Welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. So glad to have you. You're just one more in the parade in and out of our door with dogs and people and chickens outside. They don't get to come in. But tonight I'm going to make a little sauce for you. And I'm going to use this sauce on a pork and cabbage pies. And it's a kind of a spicy sauce. You know, I don't do a lot of spicy, but I do like Caribbean kind of spicy. And we're going to put it on the pork and cabbage pies, but you may have something you would like to use it on different. And it's an original recipe, and the reason I know it's an original recipe is because the admins of our Cooking from Scratch on Debbie's Back Porch group and I put it together today with different flavor profiles and different ways to perk it up, and they were quite helpful. And if you join the group Cooking from Scratch on Debbie's Back Porch, they will be helpful to you because it's not a recipe group, it is a cooking group, and we have admins on that group that are dedicated to helping you learn the very best techniques and the very best cooking rules and education to help you be the very best from scratch cook you can be. So let's get cooking. We're going to make a pineapple jerk sauce. Well, this is an easy little sauce. Doesn't even have a lot of ingredients, but you need to start it ahead of time because you want to give it a chance to reduce, to cook down. What I have here is, this is a 24-ounce jar of pineapple that I canned. And if you want to just buy a can of pineapple, you may do that. I drained off most of the juice and then I hit it with an immersion blender. You can use any kind of blender. But what you have here now is a puree. I have a tablespoonful of butter in this pan. And normally if I were making a light colored sauce, I would not use a cast iron skillet. But this is going to darken up and caramelize some, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons full of brown sugar. And if you've been around my videos enough, you know I'm using fake brown sugar. You can use real brown sugar if you like. We are diabetic in my house and we don't use sugar. So we'll stir that in a little bit. And I think 2 tablespoons full will be enough. It's depending on the sweetness of the pineapple. We may add a little bit more toward the end. I have here jerk seasoning. You can use a jerk sauce, or if you make your own, you can use that. This is just commercial jerk seasoning that we've bought. And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons full of that in here. And yes, it will spice it up a bit. And then I have here ground curry powder, and I'm going to put 1 teaspoonful of ground curry. And I'm going to let that cook together. And to make a sauce, if you were making a jerk sauce, you would usually add some vinegar, but this pineapple is pretty high acid, and so I'm not going to add any vinegar to that. But I'm letting that cook together just a little bit, and then I'm going to add the pineapple. Whoops, I need to turn it down. Then I'll need to clean my stove. And I'm going to stir this in together. And you can see why I'm not worried about the color. I really did make a mess, but you know, unless I do, my day is not complete. So that's really all there is to this little sauce. Let me get a spoon and let me see if we need just a little bit more brown sugar. You know, that spicy hot has a little bite. And I do think it needs just a little bit more brown sugar. I'm going to put one more tablespoonful of brown sugar in. Stir it. Then I'm going to set this on the back burner and I'm going to let it simmer probably close to an hour before I actually put it on any food. And it'll be served on the side as a dipping sauce. I did forget one thing. I do need about a half a teaspoonful of salt. And I know you're thinking, oh, that's a sweet sauce. Why are you adding salt? Well, pineapple is a sweet fruit, but it also has a little touch of bitterness to it. And no amount of sugar will cut that, but a little touch of salt will. So when you're canning your pineapple or cooking pineapple, if it feels like when you taste it, there's just a little tiny something missing, add a touch of salt. Okay, we're going to put this on the back burner. I'm going to clean up my mess. And then I'll get on with the rest of my dinner. And we'll show you this sauce when it's done. Well, let's check on our jerk sauce. Our pineapple jerk sauce. You can see it's got a nice dark color. It will have a little bit more color to it when it's done. And I tasted this, and this is hot. This is spicy. If you like spicy jerk sauce, this is it. And if you don't, use a little bit less of the jerk seasoning because that's where the heat's coming from. We'll check back on it in a few. Well, here you go. This is pineapple jerk sauce, and I'm going to tell you, if you want to kick it up a notch, this will kick it up a notch. It's sweet, it's hot, and it's going to be a perfect side dish to go with our Jamaican meat patties or with our pork and cabbage pies. So give this a shot, and I hope you like it.